Hello everyone. Today we'll be doing our presentation on California State University, Long Beach. My name is Celine.
And I am Brianna.
So Brianna will start us off with telling us a little bit about where Long Beach University is located.
Okay, here's a map of California, and Long Beach is right there. It is 20 minutes away from the beach. As you can see, there's like water. Also an hour away from Los Angeles and Hollywood, as well as San Diego down there, and other places you can visit around LA. And for academics, Celine will talk about that.
So I'm sure you guys are all wondering what courses you can take at Long Beach. Well, lucky for you guys, Long Beach pretty much has all the majors that you can think of. We have business, we have computer science, we have engineering, biology, physics. We even have theater, fashion, and so much more. So whatever you're interested in, you could probably find it. I believe this presentation will be shared to you at the end of today. So if you get a chance, please check out the links for more information. We have a few resources that you can go to on campus. The first one is called the Student Success Center. So at this center, you can find many tutoring services if you need help with your classes, for example. All of these are free to students. As well as the Student Center has a conversation lab for English. So if you would like to improve your English conversation skills or even meet some American students, this is the great place for you to go. We also have the library. Aside from this being a study place, you can also find a lot of movies to rent or even books to read. And the library also has an online database. So this is very useful to you because many of your classes will require you to do research. And luckily for you, the library has the database for free because you are a student there. Next, we have the Horn Center. So the Horn Center is a computer kind of lab that you can go to borrow computers if you don't have one at the time, or if your laptop's broken, you can go to the Horn Center and use one of their desktops. Additionally, the Horn Center has a technology help desk. If you need help connecting to Wi-Fi or if your device is broken, you can always come to the Horn Center and they will be happy to help you. So some of the popular classes for international students at Long Beach. So based on what I have discovered, personally talking to my exchange student friends at Long Beach, here are some of the popular classes that they decided to take. So first off, we have English communication. This refers to like public speaking. We have interpersonal communication. We also have written English communication, if that's what you're interested in. On top of the basic English communication, we also have business courses like management, finance, economics. We also have marketing. There's so much more out there, so make sure to check out the course catalog list if you get a chance. We also have engineering, computer science, and biology. These are also popular courses and popular majors that international students find. Okay. We also have some more fun classes if you're interested in that. We have sports like surfing. As you guys probably know, California is well known for surfing. So many of my friends come to California also because they want to learn about surfing, because I heard that in Korea you don't get many chances to surf. So if this is something you're interested in, this might be for you. We also have other sports classes like badminton or self-defense and so much more. Lastly, we have theater and film classes if you're interested in this. Theater classes, we have some basic acting classes. This is a great way for you to meet people, not just get into, acting. We also have film history. If you love watching movies, this might be the class for you. All right, student organizations. So you guys are going to a new country, a new school, you probably want to make friends, right? So I recommend you guys to check out student organizations. So every week in the beginning of the semester, we have something called the Week of Welcome. So the Week of Welcome is where clubs and student organizations put up tents, as you can see on the far left. And students can walk around and kind of check out each club. If there's something you're interested in, you can kind of try it out there. For example, we have a sports club called the Archery Club. You guys probably have not tried archery before, so at Week of Welcome, they actually set up archery targets and you guys can borrow them and try it out. So if you're not sure if you want to join the club, you can check it out first and then decide at Week of Welcome. So we have cultural clubs like the Korean American Student Association. If you guys are feeling a little bit lonely or homesick, this is a great club for you to join. There's a lot of Korean Americans, there's also Americans, and of course there are Korean students who join this organization. CASA, which is the short name for it, is also well known for their dance team. If you're interested in dance, this is also a great club for you to join. Aside from the Korean American Student Association, we have the International Student Association, Japanese Student Association, and much more cultural clubs. If you're interested in sports, again, we have a wide variety that you may be interested in, like badminton, archery, cycling, surfing, dance, and not just one dance club, but we have many types of dance, like ballroom or salsa. Okay. We also have academic and major clubs, such as fashion, business, nursing, even engineering, if you guys are interested in that. And you don't have to be a part of this major to join. Many of these clubs will accept you regardless of what your major is. And so you don't really have to worry about whether or not you can apply, just join, because everyone's really accepting, and this is a great way for you to meet people. And many of these organizations hold like monthly or weekly activities on and off campus. So if you want to kind of explore Southern California, or if you want to just hang out and socialize, these clubs are great for you. If you're worried about transportation, you also don't have to worry about that, because the club members often offer rides to other people. So you can always carpool and go together to the event destination. Next, Long Beach dorm life. So this was one of the popular questions I received at International Day, if you guys were there. So we have many dorm room types, but the most basic one is the 2 people per room. So for this room, it costs about $4,295 per semester. And on top of that, you are required to get a meal plan regardless of whether or not you want it or not. So unfortunately, that is a downside. But on the positive side, you don't have to worry about food, especially because you'll be busy with your academic life and your social life. So the meal plan is a convenient way to get food when you're busy. Right? So we have, again, multiple types of meal plans, but the most popular one for students is called the 210 plan. So this plan is about $2,020 a semester. And essentially, you get 210 meals a semester. So anytime that the cafeteria is open, you can go in, but you can only go in 210 times in a semester. So you do have to be aware of how many meals you are going to the cafeteria for. But usually this is not something students have to worry about, as they usually go over. Well, not over. They just don't use all of the meals. So we have 4 main dorm areas. The first one is called Parkside, which is not really applicable to you guys because you guys are not freshmen, and freshmen live in Parkside. We also have Hillside, which is another dorm community area, also on campus. So this is more for like sophomores, seniors, and juniors. And most of the students decide to live in Hillside, so this might be something you want to look into. We also have Beachside. This is the dorm community off campus. This dorm is near like something we call a traffic circle. So at the traffic circle, there's a lot of grocery stores and also restaurants. That's why a lot of people choose to live at beachside. And because beachside is off campus, the school does offer a shuttle that's free for students who live at beachside. So you can go to and from the dorm during their hours. And lastly, we have the International House, which is located on campus. This dormitory is one building, and it's meant for domestic students and international students. So I highly recommend you guys to apply for International House because this is a great way for you to meet other international students and also domestic students. I lived in there for 2 years and I met a lot of friends from all over the world, like England, Canada, Japan, even some from KNU actually. So if you guys are interested in living in the dorms, I recommend you to apply for International House. And if you're more curious about what the dorms look like or how the setup is, I recommend you to look at the link below. One thing I do want to add is that each room has a refrigerator and a microwave. So only for you and your roommate. But the only thing is none of these dorms have kitchens. That's why the meal plan is required. Aside from this though, each dorm usually has many dorm events. This is just ways for you guys to socialize with your dorm mates and get to know each other. Alright, so campus life. You might be wondering, what do people do on campus during their free time, between classes, after classes? First of all, you can check out the pyramid. If you guys searched up Long Beach on the internet, you probably saw this blue structure right here. This is what we call the pyramid, and it's actually a sports stadium. So usually in the sports stadium, we have basketball and volleyball games, and sometimes we have other events. For example, one year we had a concert by Daniel Caesar. So all of these events are free for Long Beach students as long as you have your ID card. So if you're interested in sports or if you want to join any of these events, make sure to check out the pyramid. Next, we have the University Student Union, or the USU for short. So at the USU, there's many things you can do. First of all, we have a game center. So as you can see in the far left picture over there, we have the billiards table, and on the top we have a bowling alley. And also not pictured on the slide, we also have video game consoles that you can rent out. So if you just want to play games with your friends and have a good time, come check out the USU. Aside from the game center, we have a theater. So every month, the ASI, which is the Associated Student Body Government, they hold free showings for movies for students as long as you have your ID card. And these movies are actually like the new and popular movies, so you're not watching something really old, you're watching something that just came out. And so if you're interested in that, it's a great way to hang out with your friends for free as well. The USU also has a food court with many restaurants, and there's also a swimming pool. Next, the Student Recreational and Wellness Center, also known as the SRWC. So this is our school gym, and it is located on campus. This facility is fairly new. So we have a swimming pool, which is outdoors. You can kind of see it in the top picture over there. And by the pool, we also have an outdoor hot tub, if you just want to chill with your friends during the day or at night. We also have a beach volleyball court, if you're interested in that. We have an indoor rock climbing wall, which is very popular for students as well. We have indoor courts for like racquetball, basketball, badminton, indoor soccer, volleyball. You can always rent the equipment at the SRWC, so you do not need to bring your own unless you wish to. We also have many weight machines, we also have weightlifting, we also have classes like yoga, Zumba, or meditation, and all of these are free for students. Of course, we do offer some classes that are a little bit more specialized and more personal, and those do cost money, but most of The general stuff is free for students. We also have the Beach Wellness Center located in the gym. This is where you can get nutrition counseling or even like fitness training if you want to try it out. And every week they usually have something called like a hammock day. So they set up the hammocks and students are allowed to go there and take naps during the day. Of course, the SRWC is included in your tuition. So as long as you have your student ID, you can sign up for the gym. Next, we have the Japanese garden. So the Japanese garden is conveniently located next to the dorms. So if you're feeling stressed or if you want to relax, if you need somewhere outdoors to study, the Japanese garden is a great place for you to go. They usually play light music, so it's very calming, it's not too distracting. And if you just want to interact with nature, this is the place for you. The Japanese garden also has a very large koi pond. So if you're interested in feeding the fish, you can also buy some pellets to feed them. Again, the Japanese garden is free for students with your student ID. Next, Brianna will talk about some of the local attractions.
Okay, so the local attractions in Long Beach are the Pike, right there. It is a really nice place. You can go shopping, you can go walking around the pier and look around. There's also the Queen Mary. It's literally right there. There's different attractions to do around there. Long Beach is a beach in Long Beach, not just Long Beach, it's a beach. So you can go, hang out with your friends, do bonfires and all that cool stuff. As for El Dorado Nature Park Center, it's a place where you can walk around in nature. It's really nice. I go there really often. It's just to relax, walk around, hike. And for Naple Canals, it's right there in the darker photo. You can walk around, look at the scenery. It's really nice. All these attractions are really good places, free, to hang out with your friends and days off and to relax. Next is Cuisine. There's different foods everywhere around the surrounding cities of Long Beach. One, for example, is Cerritos, and they're predominantly with Japanese food. And Garden Grove has Vietnamese food. I haven't yet tried that, it's really good. Cambodian food as well, Southeast Asian food in Long Beach. As for LA in general and Long Beach, they have customizable food. If you're vegan or vegetarian, you ask, hey, can you take out this, take out that? And they will do that for you. As for vegan options around Long Beach, I really like Cinnaholic. It's right there in the picture, cinnamon buns. They're really good. I recommend it if you go. As for groceries, if you really miss eating Asian food, go to these Asian grocery stores. H-Mart and 99 Ranch Market are really good. It has everything you need. I promise I've been there, it's really good. And yeah, you can also go to Costco, that's also there. And for campus safety, they have these poles for emergencies. If you are walking alone and you're like, oh, I feel unsafe, someone's following me, press that button and someone will come and help you. Campus security and campus police, you go to that number and you can call them, the link, and also for campus night escort service. For student health services, it is for your medical needs. If you need medication for cheap, go there and they will help you out with medical stuff and health needs. So that's great. Go to the links, you can, you'll get the links and you can go there and get information. And Celine will tell you her contact info.
Right, so I'm sure you guys have many questions, but right now we have to move on to Moraldi and Jafet's presentation about Oklahoma University. You guys are welcome to take down our Instagram and our Kakao Talk IDs and ask us later. But after Moraldi and Jafet's presentation, both Brianna and I will be sitting at the table over here. If you guys have any questions, you are welcome to come up to us and ask. Okay. So Moraldi and Jafet will talk about OU now.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. My name is Jafet Humberto Alfaro Sandi. I am majoring in accounting, economics, and German at the University of Oklahoma.
Hi everyone, my name is Morelli Aurelia Calderon de Leon, and I am majoring in anthropology and Italian at the University of Oklahoma.
And we want you to be part of the OU family, that's why we are here. But before going to the University of Oklahoma, which is a nice place, you have to know some information. So let's start with Mirelli.
Alright, let's start off. So at the International Fair, a lot of people had many questions about the courses that we offer. So this is my advising building. It's called Dell Tower. And this is where I go meet my advisor for my majors. And there's a sheet that lets them know what classes I need to accomplish, like take, before graduating. So once they tell me, oh, these are the courses that you need, I go to this website called classnav.ou.edu, and I can look up what classes are offered, the time, who's teaching the courses, and what the courses are compiled of. So the syllabus and what we get to do throughout the whole semester. So it's really nice, and it lets you know if you need prerequisite courses, but usually you really don't, and I don't have to take courses within my major. If I want to take something outside my major, I can do that. Our state has this law where you have to take certain general education courses to be able to graduate. These courses deal with like cultural diversity and about just normal stuff that you have to do, like economics and stuff like that. So you can take those courses. I'm not sure if they're required for international students, but we have to take them. Usually you can take them in high school, so you don't have to take them in college. So back to that, you can take any courses that you would like outside your major. Basically, all you have to do is go to that website that I mentioned earlier, and you just look up courses that you're interested in, and you see it's outside your major. You can just contact the professor, and they'll usually let you in. Don't be scared if it says you have to be like a junior or a senior standing. It's okay. The professors are really cool about it. They'll know that you're interested in the course if you email them, and then they'll just give you special permission to enroll in the class. Alright, so we have two types of students. We have full-time students, and then we have part-time students. Full-time students are students that are enrolled with 12 credited hours or more. And these students usually have more like scholarship or funding opportunities, which is really nice. And then part-time students are students that are enrolled in the university with less than 12 credited hours per semester. And the example that I wanted to show here is that right there it says ANT1113. That last number lets you know how many credit hours you're receiving for that course. So it makes it really easy to know how many credited hours you'll receive for that semester. So you don't really have to email the professor and ask like, oh, how many credits will this be? Like, will I be able to like get the credits I'm supposed to get for this semester? It's really simple. Alright, this is my favorite part about my university, the amenities. So like stuff you don't have to pay for, which is amazing. So my favorite place to spend time at is Basel Library, and this picture right here, that's our great reading room. This is where all students tend to go during like midterms or tests to go study. It's really quiet in there. You can hear a pencil drop. You can hear people's breathing. So a lot of people wear earbuds in there. You can only bring drinks in here, no food. It's very nice. In our library, we have two sections. So the first section is the one where we have the great reading room. And the second section is where we have the other 7 floors, 5 floors up and 2 down. The more you go up, the quieter it gets for you. And the more you go down, you can go and study with groups, friends. And then we have a cafe at the bottom floors. And this is really, really nice, especially when you're studying, because people don't tend to go to cafes to study. It's usually a library. And you can rent out, well, not rent out, but check out and reserve rooms on each floor where you can go study with your friends, and it's all for free. And you can only reserve them once a day for 2 hours. So usually if you're studying with a group, one person will reserve each hour. And so at the library, of course, you can check out books. If there's a specific book you'd like, but our university doesn't have it, you can actually reserve it from another university, and they'll mail it to our university, or they'll send it to you by an email. The same goes for articles as well, and any types of journals that you need for a research paper or anything like that. And there's people at the library on the bottom floor that can help you with any sort of research questions that you have or any sort of material that you'd like to obtain. Also, the computers. So I had my computer crash my sophomore year of college, and I didn't know what to do, so I went to IT. While they were trying to fix it, I was able to check out a computer. You can either check out a normal PC or a MacBook, and you can check it out between 4 to 6 hours a day, and once that time lapses, you can go back and recheck it out again. And it's like really, really nice because it's not only computers, it's any type of electronics that you need to use for a project, or in case you just forgot your charger, you can also go get it, and those are for 24 hours. The next thing is our gym. Our gym is 2 floors. There's trainers in there that can help you out. There's people you can ask about the equipment. We have all types of equipment. There's also showers in there, and the gym is really close to the dorms. It's like on the other side of the street. Really close. It's open 24/7. You can go there at any time. Everyone's just always there running, and it's for free. You just scan your ID, and you go in, and you scan it to go out. Transportation. So I commute to our university. So I park at a place called Lori Noble Center, and we have shuttles that go there. They pick you up, and they take you to campus, and it's for free. But if you're living off dorm, there's also shuttles that go to those apartments for students, but you do have to pay, but it's 1 payment a day, so it's not bad, and it's the same as it would cost to pay a bus ride from here to downtown. And then we also have bikes on campus, which all you have to do is scan your OU ID, and then you check it out like you're checking out a book. You check it out from one rack on one side of the campus, and you can return it to another rack on the other side of campus, which is really, really amazing. If you have a course that's on the other side and it takes you like a 20-minute walk, on a bike it's like 5 minutes, so it's really, really good. And next we have Jafet talking about food.
Okay, so in our university, we have a lot of people. We are around 40,000 students, which means that everybody needs to eat. That's why in the University of Oklahoma, you can find whatever food you are looking for. We have vegetarian, vegan, we have halal food, and everything, really. Like, there is a lot of cafeterias there. One of the best options that we have is all-you-can-eat cafeterias, where basically you just pay $12, and inside that cafeteria, there are 12 more cafeterias. It's incredible the amount of food that you can get for $12. The price range is from $5 till $25. We have a fancy restaurant with 3-meal course, and that one is the most expensive. And yeah, we have a lot of prices, ranges for your budget, okay? That is good. And the only thing about US is that the food is so nice because it tastes delicious. The only problem might be calories. So that might be something that you have to be taken care of. Besides that, it's a really nice experience and I really like it. Right now, because of COVID, we have some cafeterias that are closed, but we're planning to open that for next semester. Also, in our university, we have the only all you can eat Chick-fil-A in the US, okay? So this is a nice thing of the university. So as you can see, we have a lot of food, but most of it has a lot of calories. So keep that in mind if you care about that. It's not a bad thing to eat a lot, just be mindful. Now, our housing. Because all of you are going to be exchange students, you are not going to be allowed to live in the dorms. But the good part is that you are going to have your apartment for 3 more friends or 1 more friend. These apartments cost around $2,600 per semester, and it's good because you have your own shower, your own bathroom, you have privacy, you have a kitchen there, and a washing machine room. Also, there is a pool, there is a basketball play, and a volleyball place. Compared to other universities, this is really cheap. Compared to KNU, for example, it is more expensive, but it is worth it because it's a beautiful place and you have your privacy. Now, organizations. When you go abroad, I don't think you are going to remember all the time that you spent learning in the library. You are going to remember all the activities that you did with your friends, all the good moments, all the good memories. In the University of Oklahoma, we have 702 organizations. This is a lot, and there is groups for everything, okay? So if you have a hobby, most likely you will find it there. In my opinion, one of the best organizations is OU Cuisine. It is kind of like the KNU buddy system. The only difference is that there we can hang out all together. So for example, in the picture in the corner, we went to Wichita Mountains, which is a nice place in Oklahoma. And in that picture, there are 3 KNU students. Their names are Juan, Jingming, and Jeonmin. They are really nice, and it was a really nice experience. In this organization, we have different opportunities to even go to the house of the president, which is a really, really nice place. And also, if you're interested in politics, for example, there are different events where you can get even some awards depending on your development. Also, we have the United World, is one of the organizations with more internationals. There is like about 3,000 students that belong in the United World. And we have the SEA. If you're interested in politics, I am interested, for example, in the SEA, you can live an active democracy, you can propose your bills, new laws, and depending on what you're asking, it can be done by the university. And there is the big event. This is one of the biggest events of the university, where basically everybody volunteers around the community. And for internationals like us, it is a good opportunity to know more about Norman and more about the community where we are living. Now, Muriel is going to talk a bit about Oklahoma.
All right, so a little bit about the weather, which a lot of people at International Day had a question. So it's actually around this fall and spring semester, it's a little bit cooler than it is here. So you will need like a puffer jacket or like a really good jacket that keeps you warm. So in the spring, it gets like very, very windy and chilly and rainy. So usually we'll have like icy roads. And our university tends to cancel courses due to this because it could be a really dangerous hazard. So don't be afraid if you get like a small email saying classes canceled today due to weather. We're usually the first ones to know because our university is #1 in meteorology. So we'll usually have information on how the weather will be almost immediately. And one thing about Oklahoma is we are known for tornadoes. They sound scary, it's just like wind, rolling, they're not that bad. Even though they happen often, we'll hear sirens or we'll get a notification on our phone, and there's shelters on campus for all students to just go. Even people that live around our university, they come, so don't be scared if you see strangers there, because it's all about safety. And if you're outside with your friends, like, I don't know, for a walk in a park, you can just go to the nearest home and knock on their door. They'll usually let you in. Or if you're at the mall or something, you'll usually see the people going a certain way. Just follow them, and usually there's an intercom and they'll give you directions on it. And you'll take some sort of training with that. They'll let you know about it if you're living on campus or near off campus. So the space in Oklahoma, so it's very different compared to Daegu. For us, it's very flat, so when you're walking on campus, you really won't get tired. You'll feel like you've only been walking for like 2 minutes, when in reality you've been walking for 10 minutes. It's like a very nice walk on campus. And around Oklahoma, we don't really have many hills. The only hills that we have are the Wichita Mountains, which they're an hour away from the university. So these are the things we like to do during the weekends. We go to Wichita Mountains with our friends, we go hiking, we'll see like buffaloes, deers, prairie dogs. There's also a museum there that you can attend, and it'll tell you about how they maintain this reservoir and how they take care of the wildlife there. And there's like this really beautiful lake, and some of the science courses even go on field trips there to take samples and stuff. So it's really fun. A lot of like students go there every weekend, and some even stay there and camp over the weekend. And my other favorite place is Turner Falls. This one's a little bit farther away down south, maybe like 2 hours away from the university or less. So at Turner Falls, it's this picture right here on the right. It's your left, I think. So there's a bunch of waterfalls there. You can go swimming, and nearby there's this attraction park where you can go kayaking, you can go zip lining, hiking. It's like really, really fun to do. And other things you can do on the weekend is go down to Dallas. And don't worry about transportation, because you're going to make a lot of friends at OU. Everyone gets along, and they'll be like, hey, you want to go on a trip? We have vacation this weekend, or we have a couple days off next week. Let's go to Dallas. Let's go to New Mexico, Florida. So you don't really have to worry about it. All right, everyone was also interested in how our university is handling COVID. So at the end of each semester, we have a survey in which the university lets us tell them what we think is going on well and how they're handling the pandemic, and what we want them to do better. So right now, we receive like weekly emails from our president of the university on how the pandemic is going and what regulations and mandates have been put in place by our government. So one of the new mandates is that every professor on our campus has to be vaccinated. If they refuse to get vaccinated, then they will no longer hold their position at our university. More than 70% of our student population is actually already vaccinated. So it's not mandatory for you to wear your mask on campus, but you can wear it if you feel comfortable wearing it. So next semester, our spring semester, actually everyone will go back to in-person courses. There will be no more online courses. You can still take online courses if you'd like to, because that's always been an option at our university. And students will not be wearing their mask anymore, because our university actually offers us like prizes and stuff for being vaccinated. And you can even get vaccinated on campus. All you need is an ID. It doesn't have to be a US ID. It's just any type of identification card. So it's very nice how they've handled the pandemic. And one thing that I really like about our university is that when you're going to a building, there's a sanitizer at the front of the door that you can grab to clean your hands. And after every class, the rooms get cleaned. So it's very, very nice. So you don't really have to worry as much about the pandemic as you do right here because of the lack of vaccinations. So that is it for our presentation. If you want to talk to us or have any questions, you can come down here to our tables. We have Long Beach over here and then OU over there. Thank you.